Jhene Aiko and Big Sean have reportedly split up. Now, I will say, I thought they had a pretty good, solid relationship. But for the most part, it seems like the reason why they split up was because of commitment issues and their views on marriage. Now, it's reported that they were together for about 10 years. Okay, we have to remember 10 years in adulthood is a long time to be with somebody. There's some marriages that don't even last 10 years. Let's be honest here. One of the things that I noticed about this couple when I looked at their birth charts is, first off, she is a Pisces and he is a Aries. Now, I'm just assuming, they didn't say, but I'm just assuming that Big Sean is the one who was very reluctant to making that further step and being committed. Now, Jhene probably had her eyes wide open in areas of commitment, sealing the union, and being centered around creating a ritual, because she's a very spiritual person. And marriage is, in all honesty, one of the most spiritual rituals you could ever have. It's, based off of commitment, taking an oath in front of God, in front of the universe, in front of the cosmos, in front of each other, and sometimes in front of friends and family, saying like, this is my person. This is my person. This is the person I choose. And for whatever reason, Big Sean was like, I just can't do that. He is an Aries. Now, Aries can be seen as a little bit selfish, and he could also be seen as a little bit centered off of his own ideals, right? With the Aries. Also, you have two totally different elements. You have water and fire. Two different types of chakra energy. You have the sacral, and then you have the solar plex. Sacral based off of the areas of passion, the areas of intimacy, of creating a union, of creating areas of movement, of clearing and restoring. While you have the solar plex, the energy of the Aries, of fire, based off of will, power, and strength, and also creation. So you have two different types of energies in the sun of the soul, in the solar energy, which is the sun sign. So I could definitely see how their logic and also the areas of idealism is very different in their relationship. I would say what sucks is she devoted and he devoted, because let's not take that away. He was in this relationship too. 10 years of their life, which is a long time to decide that you don't want to be with this individual. Now, personally, I think marriage is a huge commitment, and it's a lot harder to walk away from a marriage versus just having a union where, let's say, you're living together. But I respect him for standing his ground and saying, I don't want to get married. Now, is there a chance he might marry somebody else and he just didn't want to marry her? There is that possibility. And I respect the fact that they dissolved this relationship, because sometimes people will spend their whole life with somebody waiting for that individual to change, waiting for that individual to be more centered in their space of element or their space of thinking process or mindset, and that individual never does. Unfortunately, this couple does have one child together, which for the child, I'm sure it sucks, for their parents to be breaking up. But I will say this should be a lesson to many women. And it's an old saying. It's a very old saying. Okay, so don't get offended. But if he isn't gonna buy the cow because he's already getting the milk for free, what makes you think he's gonna buy the cow? I'm just saying.